Hello crafty friends, it's Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I created this shaker card as an alternative for the October 2019 paper pumpkin kit. I hope you'll stick around and see how I made it. Thank you so much for stopping by today. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope by the end of the video that you'll be inspired to click on that subscribe button below and maybe even tap on that bell for notifications. If you're already a subscriber and regular viewer, thank you so much for stopping back by. I'm so glad you're here. As I mentioned in the intro, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created a shaker card as an alternative to the October 2019 paper pumpkin kit. As soon as I saw the original card being created online, I immediately thought of a shaker card with this kit. Because they have the little snowflakes falling in the background of the card and the little snow of hill on the bottom, I immediately thought about all the little elements I have that I could make winter shaker cards with. Already for this month, beside the original card that was created using the provided instructions, I have created one alternative card as you see here in front of you. For this one, I made a wood plank background using the inside of one of the provided envelopes. If you would like to see how I made this card, the video is linked in the description box below, and I will pop it in the upper right hand corner now. Before I get started with today's process, I will let you know most of the products that I'm going to be using. Once I do start with the process of the video, I will go to a voiceover. So if I do not answer something in the voiceover that leaves you with a question, make sure to leave that in the comment section below and I'll get back with you just as soon as I can. The products I plan on using right now from the kit, I have the Winter Wishes sentiment all ready to go on a stamp block. I will be using the silver foil tag for my sentiment. I will also be using the Night of Navy Stampin' Spot that comes with it, and I will be using one of the cards that's provided. Now for my non-kit items, I have this silver thread. It is actually a Stampin' Up! Product. I will link it below. I got out my oval Spellbinders Nestability dies. I will be using the largest one in the set. For my cardstock, I have created a top fold card base just out of a heavyweight white, and then I have a piece of silver foil cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that will cover the front of my card base completely. Now because the foil sometimes messes with the lights above me, I'm not going to show it completely right now, but do know that it does fit on there. For my shaker elements, I have gotten out these little styrofoam balls, and I think I got these at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas crafts. I have also pulled out some iridescent tiny snowflakes. These are kind of similar to what come with the kit, but I didn't want to use up what was left in the kit for this shaker card. Are you ready to get started? I'm going to start by doing the cutting for my card. The first thing I do is just cut my card base in half, and then I will be cutting that front piece to 3 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches tall. Because I thought there was extra space to the right of the image, I did cut all the excess off the right, and then on the top and bottom I cut a 1/4 inch off each end. To keep my oval in place while I'm doing the die cutting, I am using some Scotch removable tape. This allows me to align my die exactly where I want it, and then later that tape does not take anything off the design. I have tried this before with washi tape, but it seems to be after the pressure of the die cut machine, it causes the washi tape to remove some of the pattern paper. I'm going to be pulling back out those pieces of Scotch removable tape to temporarily hold my frame in place on the silver cardstock, because I want that center piece to go flat down on the silver foil cardstock, but I need it to align up perfectly with how the outside frame will be matted later. So that's a super simple way to get that done. I pulled out a scrap of clear cardstock to make my window frame, and what I'm going to do is just put some adhesive around the outside edge of the oval, place the clear cardstock on the back of my frame, and then with my scissors I just trim off the excess plastic. Before I start with my shaker bits, I do want to get the silver foil piece onto my card base. So I'm just going to use my ATG here, add adhesive to the back, and then place it on the front. And you'll notice that the silver foil does cover the card front completely. One of the products that I forgot to mention at the beginning is my big blue roll of foam tape. I just love to use this for shaker windows, and with the amount you get, it is super economical. I do have the roll that I buy linked in the description box below if you want to check it out. You'll see as I place my tape around my opening, I am not very exact. I know that I could pull the blue release paper and kind of cut it so I can curve it, but really this works for me and it's usually much faster. So I can adhere the front piece to the silver foil cardstock at the same height. I do add some small pieces of the foam tape in each of the 4 corners. You will see that I actually release this blue paper almost the very last thing on the card. Before I start adding my shaker bits to my card, I am going to go ahead and pull the blue release tape from the oval frame. This way, if I would pull it off later, I have found that sometimes it moves the paper so much that those sequins or whatever I'm adding inside kind of jump over and stick to the foam frame. I decided to put 3 of the snowflake sequins kind of up in the air on the back of my shaker card, so I am using the mini glue dots that came with the paper pumpkin kit to go ahead and place 3 of those in the background, and then you'll see me place those snowflakes with my quick stick. And now it is time to add my shaker bits. I put in some of the snowflake sequins, just enough where I think it will flow freely and not fill up the window too much. And then for my little styrofoam balls for the snow, I do want that to kind of settle at the bottom to look more like a packed snow. So I put those at the bottom underneath my snowflakes, and then I'm going to carefully align my frame on the top of the card. And like I mentioned before, I will now pull that blue release paper off the back of the outer foam tape I put on the frame. And now I pulled out my Sizzix stamping mat to stamp my sentiment onto that blue foil lined label. This black mat just helps get a nice clean crisp image on polymer stamps like this. Before I adhere the sentiment to the card, I want to make a silver thread kind of nest on the back of it. To do this, I just pulled off a length of thread that I thought would work, and then I put adhesive all over the back of that label. Once I've done that, I wrap the thread around 3 or 4 fingers until I can't wrap any longer, and then I place that onto the adhesive. Once you have that put down, you do kind of have to play with the ends, make it look like you want it to. And then because there it is adhesive all over the back of that tag, you can just stick it right to the card front. And here are some close-ups of the final card. I hope you like getting to see how I made my second alternative card for the month. If you did, as always, I appreciate a thumbs up. Until my next video, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch all the way to the end of the video. I hope that you'll consider clicking on one of the videos or playlists I have linked above, and if you're interested in any of the products or tools that I use in the video, I do have some links in the description box.